This is not your typical instructional video. We show many challenging, complex situations without sugarcoating. The purpose of this video is to assist families and healthcare providers in understanding each other's experiences and perspectives. Only then can we start a dialogue about person-centered care and the ways we might work through those naturally messy situations. You are about to see numerous theatrical vignettes created in response to focus group transcripts. The performers play multiple parts. This means in one vignette, someone might represent a family member, and in the next vignette, they might be portraying a nurse. Throughout, we will leave you questions to ponder and hope you will have many more of your own. Feel free to stop at any point to think and discuss, or save your thoughts until the very end.
Welcome to our facility. Oh, so you're back in my unit, hey?
Hi, how's it going today?
Well, hello there.
Oh, did you make this big mess? Does someone miss their family?
Aw, someone made a boo-boo.
Would you like a snack?
First impressions linger. How would you respond to the addresses in the last vignette? How would you respond if you were a family member or patient? How would you change the form of acknowledgement if you were a staff member? Patients coming to long-term care facilities have a series of hellos and goodbyes. We interviewed staff and family members to get a sense of these interpersonal relationships. Here is some of what we found.
So we would like to know your experiences as family members of residents in long-term care. We will be taking your stories to dramatize them.
As a family member, I believe you've got to treat a person as a total individual, and tone of voice is huge.
And no baby talk.
And here's another one for you. So my dad shares a room with two other gents. They share the same bathroom. My dad wears dentures, but the other two gentlemen do not. And I walk in one day, and the other gentleman was accusing my dad of taking his toothbrush, and my dad's saying, "What the hell are you talking about? I didn't take your toothbrush." And the other guy's saying, "You bloody well did." And my dad says, "I wear dentures. I don't need your toothbrush." So the other guy just wasn't quite understanding. And I went over to the guy and I said, "Look, his dentures are like stars. They come out at night. And he has no need for your toothbrush." So I think humor can diffuse a whole lot of stuff.
Okay, sis, what else do we want to pack for Mom?
Well, we already have all of her clothes sorted, so I guess it's sorting through everything in this room.
Okay, well, let's think about what's practical. What does she need? Like, does she need another jacket?
I'm not sure. She went there in one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just pack it anyways?
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
I don't know. I don't know where to start. Like, what is this? We're not New York fans.
You don't remember our trip to New York?
I don't think so. I was pretty little.
Dad bought this, and I think Mom just kept it.
That's really sweet.
I think I'll keep this one.
I think you should. Well, packing this little guy is a no-brainer.
Why?
It's one of her favorites.
But does she need it?
Well, I think she needs it. I mean, she's always petting it and hugging it. It's actually really sweet.
Hey, she's not a child.
I know she's not a child, but that doesn't mean that something like this doesn't mean something to her.
Okay, pack it.
Oh. I knew these were around here. The photo albums.
Maybe not.
Why not?
Well, I mean, she's not going to be able to remember most of these things.
Well, she's not going to remember unless we remind her. Remember what they said? They said that we need to bring pictures so that way she can try and remember.
But if she can't remember, she'll just get frustrated.
So you're just going to want her to forget everything?
I don't know. Okay, maybe just one.
Okay.
Why did she even keep all this stuff?
I don't know. This was her life. These are all her memories. I didn't even know Mom drew.
She didn't. That's mine.
Here you go.
Don't even remember the last time I drew.
Maybe you can start again.
Maybe.
This is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to say goodbye to a lot of it, aren't we?
Yeah.
I really didn't think it was gonna be this hard.
Whenever a new patient arrives, everyone's world changes. How did yours? Or how might yours change? How could communication structures be improved between family and staff among themselves? What have you experienced?
Breakfast time, and I do have your food, so will you please at least try it?
No.
But it looks really quite good, and I think you'll enjoy it.
No.
Could you please just calm down?
No!
Good morning, Joe. Are you hungry this morning?
No.
No? Would you like me to leave it here and maybe you can decide when you're hungry and eat it on your own time?
Hey, Dad. How are they treating you? That looks pretty good. Is that your lunch? It's a little early for lunch, or is that breakfast? Have you not eaten breakfast?
No.
Just haven't eaten it?
No.
Nurse. Could you explain to me why my dad hasn't eaten his breakfast?
Well, we did bring his breakfast in a couple of times, but he didn't seem like he wanted it, so we left it here for him and for him to eat it on his own time.
On his own time?
Yeah.
So you're just letting my dad go without food. When was the last time he ate?
He ate last night.
Last night?
Yeah.
And you didn't think it was important for him to eat this morning?
No, of course not. I just felt if I hovered over him and watched him eat, he'd feel uncomfortable, so I left it here so that he can eat on his own time.
Well, maybe if you did your job better, you would find a different tactic to get him to eat his food.
Well, I'm sorry if I've upset you. Maybe we can come together and talk about ways that we can get your father to eat, and maybe he can join us as well and get his opinion on what he'd prefer.
Yeah, let's talk.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. I see on my chart here that it's your bath day today. Would you be willing to take a bath?
No.
Now, Mr. Jones, it has been about 6 days now. I'm just worried about your health. It's time for you to take a bath.
No.
Come with me. It's right down the hall. It won't be that far.
No.
All right, Mr. Jones, I'll be back.
Hello?
Hello, this is the nurse at the long-term care facility. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, this is Derek Jones.
Oh, hi, Derek. I'm just calling about your father.
Oh, is everything all right?
Yes, he hasn't washed in about 6 days, and he's refusing to take a bath today.
Oh, that's unlike him. He usually washes pretty regularly. Wait, did you say bath?
Yes.
Well, that might be part of the problem. My dad never took baths. He only had a shower in his home, so I don't know if that has something to do with it or not.
Oh, okay. Perhaps I'll try asking him about that then.
Okay, well, let me know how it goes.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Mr. Jones, now I know it's not your regular bath time, but I was wondering, would you like to take a bath or a shower?
No.
But would you be willing to take a shower?
Yes. Patient is difficult.
Difficult. So are you going to be difficult today? Patient refuses to have breakfast.
Okay. So we're gonna work on eating breakfast. Patient lashes out.
Hi, Mr. Hobbs. How are you doing today? Oh, you didn't like that? Well, I can bring you a different meal next time. Okay, I'm going to check in on you later, all right? Patient is having a difficult time adjusting to the new environment due to dietary restrictions, change up the meals. Responds well to positive feedback.
Time can move forward, backwards, and sometimes it stands still. When do you live in the present? When do you live in the past? When do you live in the future? Are you aware of when other people live with a different clock than yours? The following vignettes consider time in different contexts.
Good morning, Mrs. Johnson. You're looking quite well today.
Thank you, Bernadette.
Doesn't look like you've had much of your breakfast. Did you not like it?
I don't want any.
Would you like me to take it away?
Yes.
All right, I'll do that, and I will be back to check on you shortly.
Thank you.
No problem.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Miss Johnson didn't eat any of her breakfast. I have other patients. Could you possibly see if you could get her to at least eat something?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Hello, Mrs. Johnson. We've brought your breakfast back, so hopefully you can eat some.
You're not Bernadette.
No, I'm not Bernadette. I'm Lindsay.
That's not mine.
Yep, this is your breakfast. It's got your name on it.
No, that isn't mine.
Oh, yes.
I don't want it.
Are you sure? Look at that maple syrup. It looks so good.
I want to see the doctor.
Okay, no problem. Why don't you have a few bites?
No, I don't want any.
And then if you have a few bites,
No,
then I'll bring the doctor.
I don't want any.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, yeah, it didn't go very good. Can you watch for me? I gotta get clean.
Yeah, no, of course. Take care of yourself.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Hello, Mrs. Johnson.
Bernadette.
I heard there was a bit of an incident at breakfast. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is such a lovely picture. Could you tell me about it?
Oh, yes, that's my wedding in 1951. And that's my husband, Charlie. And my sister there, she played the piano for the wedding. And I had such a lovely bouquet. And doesn't Charlie look handsome in his new suit?
Oh, he does.
Oh, I can still smell the flowers. April lilies.
That's such a lovely memory, Mrs. Johnson. Do you need anything before I go?
Bernadette,
Yes.
where is Charlie?
Hey, Denise, what happened to your eye?
Oh, well, it's not a big deal. But yesterday when I was helping Joe, I was bringing him in his breakfast. And when I walked in, I saw that he was punching himself in the face. And so when I reached in to grab his arm, he hit me.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that when you grab his hands, he tends to get aggressive.
Oh, I wish they had given us more time to debrief.
So, one day I went in to check on a patient. Hi, Mr. Seth. How are you doing today?
No! Go! No, please, get him away!
Mr. Seth, everything's all right. You're in a hospital.
Who are you?
I mean, clearly he was in distress. Mr. Seth, everything's all right here. I'm a nurse. I'm just here to check and see how you're doing.
Please just get John! I don't want to be here! Where am I?
I didn't really know what to do. I panicked, and my colleague Lindsay heard the commotion from the hallway.
Who are you? Who? No!
Things were escalating.
Get away! Go! Leave me alone!
And suddenly, out of nowhere, she got hit. I had to run and call a code white. The only thing going on in my mind now is, should I have called it earlier?
Staff told us in the focus groups about their ongoing commitment to achieve therapeutic rapport and to understand what the patients are going through.
So we would like to know your experiences as staff in acute long-term care. We'll take your stories and dramatize them. So, how long have you been staff here?
I've been here officially 3 years.
14 years.
Zedwing for 22 years.
Wow.
15.
18 and a half.
So clearly when you come here, you stay.
Yeah.
Well, I have been here for 24 years.
So much goes on behind the scenes that others may not know about. What's new for you? What stories might you add?
Okay, Mr. Jones, time to go to the Remembrance Day ceremony.
No.
You don't want to go to the Remembrance Day ceremony?
Too many bad memories.
Excuse me. Why wasn't my father brought to the Remembrance Day ceremony? I mean, he's a veteran. He had every right to be there. He really should have been brought.
He said he didn't want to go. Okay, Mr. Jones, let's put on that music.
Sorry, is that Mozart? My dad would never listen to Mozart.
He seems to like it now.
And what's going on with his food? I mean, everything's mixed together. He never ate like that. He always kept the peas separate from the carrots. That's how we always ate.
Well, when he came here, he seemed to mush it all together.
Well, at least tell me, when is he going to be able to see the physiotherapist? I need to know when he's going to be able to walk again.
I never had time to adequately talk to Mr. Jones' family. They took him to another institution before we had the opportunity to talk things through. We never had a time to reconcile or to bring things to closure. I still think I could have done something differently. I'm still haunted by it.
Hello, Mr. Lee. I have your medication.
Said I don't want it.
This is Mr. Lee's medication. He's been refusing for like the past 3 hours.
Let's just add it to his applesauce. Oh, let me show you.
Okay.
Here you go.
But he did say no to it.
That's just a gray no.
What's a gray no?
So our family signed a power of attorney. And what we said was, if my father is going to cause harm to himself or someone else, you have the right to give medication. In all other circumstances, no.
Hey, Abby.
Hey, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm okay, but I was actually wondering if I could talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, I can make time.
So I was visiting this patient in the TBI ward, and there were these 4 male visitors, and they were being pretty rowdy.
You remember when that? What? No way!
So I told them, hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's only allowed to be 2 visitors per room. But if you guys would like to continue talking, you can go down to the cafe. And then they said,
Yeah, we'll move downstairs. Why don't you join us, huh, sweetheart?
Yeah, you can sit on all of our laps.
That's a great deal. 4 for the price of 1 coffee.
Sugar.
So I just kind of stood there. I didn't know what to do. And then after a while, I just walked away and slammed the door.
Bitch! Nurse, hi. There you are.
Oh, Mr. Seth, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just grabbing some coffee.
That's awesome. I just came by to apologize for last week. My dad pulled your hair.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. How's your head, by the way?
It's just a bit sore, but it'll be fine in a couple days.
That's good. How's he otherwise? Is everything okay?
You know, he's much better. In the past, he used to be very aggressive. When we would try and transfer him from his bed to his wheelchair,
Yeah.
he would elbow us in the stomach, in the chest, and the arm, and sometimes even in the face. But now we know to let him try and do it on his own, and if he does need help, we'll step in.
Yeah, that usually works. I know he can get a little bit physical sometimes, and that's usually just when he wants attention, so he'll start grabbing and everything.
Yeah.
My body is evidence of that.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and the groping.
I mean, he used to do that a lot in the past.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I know he did it to me, and I'm his son, so.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, but it's happened in the past, but you know, it's happened so much that it's just become normal.
Should it even be normal?
I don't even know when it started being normal. And should it stop being normal?
We all have ways of coping. If we don't care for ourselves, then how do we care for another?
So what makes you stay? It's appreciation.
Like someone says, I'm so happy my loved one is here. I'm glad that Dad is somewhere safe.
Or when you're at a family conference and you just receive a thank you.
And someone offering to buy you lunch at the deli.
Really?
Well, I graciously refused. It was the thought that counted.
Ultimately, it's where the rubber meets the road, not just medically, but other ways as well.
And so part of your joy is when the person comes back after rehab and says, thank you. I don't remember a lot, but thank you. And all of a sudden, all that stuff, it makes sense. That's why you come back to your jobs.
I completely agree with you. That's where the starting part is. For me, caring is mutual. It's a give and take. It's a back and forth among everyone. That's the idea.
Back to your clicking, hey? Are you doing Morse code over there? What are you trying to tell me? Don't you have anything else to play with? All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Hi.
Oh, hey, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm okay. You know, Joe, he's back to his clicking.
Is clicking?
Clicking of the pen.
Oh, does that bother you?
Yeah, it's super annoying. Don't you agree?
I've kind of learned to let it go.
Yeah, I guess I should do that too. Well, good morning, Kevin. How are you today?
Oh, I'm good now that you're here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're such a ray of sunshine. I love to see your smile.
Oh, why, thank you. That's
Yeah.
very kind.
Yeah.
Who's this ray of sunshine you've got here?
Oh, that's just an old friend of mine.
Oh, yeah? You keep her awfully close to your bed.
Oh, do you remember when we used to dance outside? You used to put on the record, and we swayed in the moonlight, and sometimes we swayed under the stars. Do you remember that?
Are you sure it wasn't this fine lady in the photo?
No, I'm sure it was you.
Oh.
We just held each other tight, and the waves just splashed around us. That was really nice.
Okay. I'm going to be back in just a few moments, okay?
Hi, sis. How's work?
Yeah, it was quite the day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had this really interesting fellow today. He, thought I was a ray of sunshine. Yeah, very interesting. And then I think, like, he thought that I was his wife, like he was having an episode.
Oh.
It was just a bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah, that sounds pretty tough.
But you know what? On my way home, just laugh it all off. Because at the end of the day, I do just gotta let it go.
Yeah, that's all you can do, right?
Yeah. Good morning, Joe. I've got your breakfast. We're gonna change your bandages on your head later on this afternoon.
Okay, that's very good. Very kind of you.
How are you doing today?
Not too bad. Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
You're not married. Any kids?
No kids, no.
Oh, okay. What about siblings, brothers and sisters?
Yes, you know what? I have one brother and one sister.
And do you live alone or do you live with them?
We all live together.
You do. That's really good to know. Because when I get out of here, one night I'm going to sneak into your house and I'm going to tie you up. And I'm going to tie your brother and sister up. And I'm going to have you watch me torture them.
I'm just going to leave that there, okay? We'll see you later. Do you have time for a code lavender? This is a daily reality. And you step aside and you think, you know what? I have 12 hours with this patient. And then you come back and you do another 12-hour shift again. But in the end, you just sort of keep on going.
Even in the shadows, dignity can be found. In what ways have you been treated with dignity? And how have you respected the dignity of others?
It's a tough day today. So why do we do this? Like, why do we keep coming back?
It's rewarding. Sometimes it's a little smile on your face, perhaps a laugh. It just makes you feel good.
Like that one young man that left 3 months ago. He's recovering, but he's teaching other people about his journey. And his family is forever grateful. They think that we did great work with them. And they thank us eternally for just getting him to where he is. That's one story.
When you look at them as a person, you're seeing them as a person. Getting to know them, who they are, where they come from.
A lot of our patients, when they come to us, they've spent like weeks to months in the ICU, and then all of a sudden they're on our ward, and we get to help them with these firsts of, hey, for the first time, I can.
It seems silly. They get to go to the toilet for the first time, or they get to wash their hair and have someone braid it, or they get to brush their teeth today.
I mean, it's the little wins, right? You really start to notice the little wins.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's lovely when a family member of a veteran offers to buy you something from the deli. Even when you say no, they insist.
Mm-hmm. And I think the best part is watching a veteran come in really ill and then eventually being well enough to participate in something again. Yeah. It's amazing.
So I've been at the end stage dementia unit for 7 years now, and you know, sometimes you won't see progress or so obvious in someone as you might see in someone who is mentally more healthy.
And sometimes it's just the little things, like a tap on your hand or the tap to the music. It's a change in behavior that's more positive than prior.
Sometimes
when they just say thank you.